Hey folks, and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our book for today is The Injury by Anna Enquist. Now there is suicide, eating disorder, weirdness, and a death, yeah. There's some death in this one, so if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, there'll be some spoilers. I won't spoil everything. No, hello, Watson. Alright. Now, this is the English translation of the book. And it was translated by... one second. You know what is best? I'll leave it here on screen. Because I'm not sure you'll be able to see it. Just in case I mispronounce it. This is translated by Jeanette K. Ringgold. Ringgold. I think, Ringgold. And this is translated, this is the English translation. I've already said that. I don't remember. Yeah, and this is The Injury, and we have 10 stories here. Alright. Oh, and this is by the publisher's Toby Press. There we go. Yeah, I hope you saw that. I haven't heard of them, I will say, but I try to remember to put the publisher. Alright, so I've come across this book in the bookstore, and it was in the bargain bin. The bargain bin, essentially. It was for 25 shekels. I don't know, I had a feeling I needed to take it with me. Sometimes I get that with books. I don't know why. It may not seem like something I'll usually read, but I just have to grab it. And I bought it, I think a year ago. Yeah, last year I bought it, I think. I don't remember when exactly. I'm pretty sure it was last year. And finally, this year I've sat down to read it. By the way, this is not the author's real name. This is her pen name. She's still alive, too. I've looked that up. Her real name is Krista. I'm not going to try to pronounce that surname. I will leave a link down below in the description to the Wikipedia page if you want to look. But she's one of pretty well-known authors in the Netherlands, apparently, and also a poet as well. So I've learned a few things. Right, yes, let's continue. So this is, like I said, 10 stories here that she wrote, 10 short stories. One of the stories is named The Injury. And you see that's the cover. That's The Injury. And I'll show you the names of the other ones. Yeah, it's a book of short stories, which as often can be a hit or miss. You know, you'll have some stories you like better, some stories you liked less. There we go, I hope you can see that well enough. If not, don't worry, I will take a picture of it and leave it here. I'll open it like this for now. Yes, we have our 10 stories. Now, I can't say I really even liked that much any of these. They were very weird for me. Reading this, it made me remember a book. It was like at the beginning of my channel that I've read and made a video about. It's called Myself and Marco Polo, and there's a bit more to the title, but I don't remember. I'll leave a link in the end of the video to that video if you want to see it, but it had that same weirdness. It was like reading a... I don't know if it's weird to say it like that. It was like reading a surreal fever dream. I felt the same way about this book and the stories in it. Now, granted, maybe this is a case of something was lost in translation, but there was some weird... At times it was hard to figure out, like, because a sentence would start, would be with one thing, and then suddenly it moved to another, and like, hey, what happened in between that? How did this move? Are we in the present or in the past? Oh, and there was one spelling mistake in here, too, somewhere. But yes, see how the stories are weird, and granted, I guess it's better if you're from the Netherlands, because then you know a lot of the areas and the way of life she's describing in these stories. For instance, the first one, The Crossing, was based on a real tale of a father and his two sons. They were stuck on a piece of floating ice for 14 days, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and so it just continues. Sorry, I mean, yes, and another one here as well. A Greek soccer, I think, also of an attempt to build a man-made island as well. I think that was that one. But yeah, all of these are very weird and not interesting weird, you know, not like I want to find out, but more like I want to finish these already. And, they're quite depressing, too. Now, granted, if these are slice-of-life stories, then, it's understandable. A lot of things in life can be very depressing, and are very depressing, but it's just not an enjoyable read for me, basically. But I started this book, and I wanted to finish it. I don't like not finishing books, even if I don't particularly like them too much. But yeah, this one was, a lot of themes. We had one story with an attempt of rape. Another one with the beginning of an eating disorder. Hey, shit. One with a suicide attempt. That was some cheery stuff, man. But yeah. Watson. Sorry. Yeah, and then what was interesting though about the last one, for instance, is that a few characters from previous stories all came into this one story. Watson, what are you doing? He's probably touching the bag under there. But yes, they all came together in the harbor. Harbor? Yeah, harbor. Which was interesting. I did not expect that. And that's it. It ended on the harbor story. I've never read I haven't read that many short stories collections, but I've never read one where characters from the previous ones came together into one story. But yes, this reading was quite the experience, I will say. And say it was a particularly enjoyable one, but it was an experience nonetheless. Again, maybe if I was from the Netherlands, I would have maybe enjoyed it more, understood it better. Or perhaps if I read it in the original Dutch, it might have been more clear. I don't know, again, this is not a new book. I don't even know when this edition came out. It could be really old already, and perhaps the translation was not that good. This author lady is, she's 77 currently, so let me see if I can find, maybe it says somewhere here. Oh, there we go. This is from the 2000s. So yeah, it's possible maybe the translation wasn't that good. Here's a picture of the author when she was much younger. It even has a little bit of history about her here. Oops, sorry. If you could see that. But yeah, let's focus on the painting, the picture. Yeah, that's her. Yes, I've read through these. I will say some perhaps gripped me a little more than others, but they all were all of them were like reading a fever dream. Which I don't mind weird stories, but you know, when something actually really weird happens in them, as in Watson happens in them, as in you know, like with Haruki Murakami. I read his only book I read of his was The Library, The Strange Library, and although that was like this, you know, that was interesting at least. And here it wasn't. Watson, stop ripping that. I'm sorry. I used to stick his claws in the. Yeah, never mind. Let's finish. Watson, you're not helping. But yes, well, where was I? Watson's distracting me. Yes, again, unlike The Strange Library, this wasn't as fascinating. But that's it. I read through this. I think I will not I was planning, but I don't think I'll go and read any more of Miss Enquist's works. I don't know if I can even find them here, considering she's a Dutch author. But yeah, if this is her sort of style, I think I shall pass. It's just not really for me, really. But yeah, I've had this experience and I've read this book. I will say, the cover is quite cool though. You have the X-ray of the leg from the story of the injury. But if you like, I would say if you already know Miss Enquist's writing and you enjoy it and you haven't read this one, I think you should give it a go. I mean, you know, read this one too. And I suppose if you want to read some weird short stories about the Netherlands, well, not weird, like slice of life stories in her own style, maybe also give this one a try. It's not that long, it's just 200 something pages, but you know how it is when you don't enjoy a book too much, even if it's short, it feels way too long. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have about this one. I wanted to mention at least on my channel, because I don't think I'll ever get any more of her books. So, at least I talked about this one here. Alright folks, so that is it. Let me know, have you ever read any of Miss Enquist's books? Have you heard of her? I would be interested to hear. Perhaps there's some people who read her books. I mean, she was translated to English. And to other languages as well. I think French too. Alright, so that is it. Now remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Bye!